Hello, my name is Agil Setyo Nugroho, with NPM 234111057, Management Class 23C. This time I will explain about sample. A sample is a subset of a population unit. While a population is a complete group of elements, usually people, objects, transactions, or events that we are interested in studying or becoming the object of research. Giogianto, 2008, stated that a good sample is a sample that is accurate and precise. Inaccurate and imprecise samples will provide unexpected research conclusions or may result in misleading, erroneous conclusions. Characteristics of a good sample. 1. A good sample allows researchers to make decisions related to the size of the sample. Samples to obtain the desired answers. 2. A good sample identifies the probability of the analysis to be a sample. 3. A good sample allows researchers to calculate the accuracy and influence, e.g. error, in sample selection rather than conducting a census. 4. A good sample allows researchers to calculate the confidence applied in the population estimate, which is compiled from statistical samples. Concoro, 2013. Sampling method. Giogianto, 2008, there are two sampling methods, namely 1. Probability-based sampling, random selection. 2. Non-probability sampling, non-random selection. Probability-based sampling methods. Simple random sampling is done by taking samples directly from the population at random. 2. Random complex. The complex random sampling method can be systematic random sampling, done by dividing the population into n parts and taking a sample from each part starting from the first part randomly. Cluster sampling is done by dividing the population into several groups. Stratified sampling is done by dividing the population into several subpopulations or strata and then taking random samples. Simple can be done in each stratum. Strata can be certain characteristics. And double sampling is done by collecting samples based on existing samples and using the information obtained to take the next sample. Non-probability-based sampling methods. 1. Convenience sampling, namely taking samples conveniently by selecting samples freely as the researcher wishes. 2. Purposive sampling, which is done by taking a population sample based on certain criteria. 3. Judgment sampling, which is carried out by purposive sampling with criteria in the form of considerations. Certain. 4. Quota sampling, namely purposive sampling, which takes the percentage of the sample according to the percentage of the number of its population. 5. Snowball sampling, which is done by collecting samples from respondents who come from a reference networks, for example via newsgroups on the Internet. Data collection strategy and data sources. Giogianto, 2008, several sampling techniques can be as follows. 1. Observation techniques, interviews and time and motion studies, carried out through direct observation in case studies and in the field. 2. Experimental and simulation techniques, carried out through direct observation to obtain data. Laboratory. 3. Survey techniques, carried out to obtain individual opinion data. 4. Delphi technique, carried out to obtain group opinion data. 5. Content analysis techniques are carried out to obtain primary archive data. 6. Database retrieval techniques are carried out to obtain secondary archive data. 7. Mathematical modeling techniques are carried out analytically to obtain logical data for researchers.